That's a great shot. I think I know how to do this. Could be wrong. Whoop! This is as good as it's gonna get, I think. Don't like it. Phone's ringing. Start talking. I feel very like, just loosen up. First of all, thank you for watching this. I'm not Noelle. You will be seeing a lot more of Noelle very soon. And if you don't know who Noelle is, you will also know that soon. I'm Paul. I am so honored that Noelle has allowed me to film something to put up on her channel to her beloved subscribers and maybe a few new people, talking about what's going on today. As of this morning, have become somebody who has art for sale in Palm Springs, and I am so excited. Sam and Jeremy, who own Thickest Thieves downtown, we have over the years just grown to be incredibly good friends with two of the kindest people in Palm Springs and maybe the entire world. And Jackie, so this goes all the way back to January. We gave each other gifts. She brought me back things from Morocco, and we talked about very deep things, and the channel continues to be a place for us to reunite and talk to all of you about what we're working on.
Globe Bank. Globe.
It wouldn't hold much change.
It wouldn't, because it doesn't have a stopper on the bottom. And this was kind of pricey, actually. I have it, I'm not going to tell you how much I'm selling it for, but I purchased it. I purchased it for $10. And when you're at a sale where everything's more expensive, this does not seem like that much. If this
Every time we text each other all the time saying, I can't believe we get to do this, and people care. That is worth so much to us, you can't imagine. So in January, Jackie taught me how to make her darling felt signs that her grandmother had taught her to make. If you've seen them before, you can maybe even purchased one. They hang like a banner, and they're hand-cut felt with hand-sewn sequins. I can still remember Jackie and I sitting on the couch, and she step-by-step instructed me, and I was just immediately enamored by it. We had so much fun sitting on the couch watching movies and sewing. I'm someone who's always struggled with meditation as a practice. I know that there's incredible benefits to it, but my ability to just sit in silence is hard. I'm always thinking, I'm always like mind racing, as I know probably applies to a lot of us out there, especially people with children or busy jobs. Like, we're always just thinking. I find meditation in cooking big time. I love making a sauce and all the things and tasting it and building and doing all that. That's meditation for me. And now crafting has also become that. And so taught me how to make these signs, and I was like, I'm gonna make some for my friends and my friends' kids. And they all sent me pictures of how much they love them. And I was just like, it was so fun to put things in the mail again, because who doesn't love getting things in the mail? It just made me think about what else could be made out of felt and sewn. And I was brought to a memory of Pennants. Pennants. Not penance, which I have said it a few times now, where people think that I am now going back to Catholic Church and confessing all my sins. Not that penance. That penance is great and all. These are pennants. Pennants. Celebrating the things that I love. Maybe I'll make a pennant for Beyonce. Maybe I'll make a pennant for spaghetti. Not spaghetti. Maybe I'll make a pennant for spaghetti. Who knows? As a kid, I grew up with pennants for sports teams. I cheered on the Boston sports teams because that's where I grew up, but like, I knew nothing about the games or the sports because I just didn't really care about sports. But I was proud, and my dad in particular would get me pennants, and I loved just sticking them up on the wall. It was just fun to claim that that was my team. And so I started to think about, like, what are the things that now I would love to show people that I love? And it came right to Palm Springs. How can I show off how much I love Palm Springs and the style of Palm Springs in an intricate, hand-cut, hand-sequined, hand-sewn way? Sam and Jeremy, they in theory were like, that sounds cool. Why don't you send us an idea of what it would look like? And so I just spent an entire Saturday outside in our beautiful backyard cutting, opening books of things from like the 70s and 80s, looking at imagery that reminded me of Palm Springs and what I love about the city. It's a place that holds on to the eras that it's existed in. It just blew my mind into a different direction and made me feel comfortable to do something that didn't have any parameters. There were no expectations. Sam and Jeremy have always just been very collaborative, and they're like, yeah, bring us what you have and we'll take a look at it. And I've sold ties with them before. They let us set up me and Noelle, our things outside and don't even look. They're just like, yeah, we trust you guys. Just go have a pop-up shop. Who does that? They do, and they're awesome. I sent them a picture of my completed pennant, the first one, and I got the most incredible reaction back from them. And it was really awesome. I haven't worked as a producer, which is what I normally do, in a long time, not with consistency, probably since last summer. With all that has also happened in life, it's been demoralizing, is probably too strong a word, but it's been hard to stay positive and believe that what I have to contribute still has a place out there. And so it hit at a time when I really, really needed a yes. And they just said yes. What I had made was enough. All right, I'm going to make more. And I made 9 total pennants over the course of probably a little over a month, 2 to 3 days on each one, but I'd hop back and forth to different ones. And if I felt one was speaking to me on that night, I would sit with it and put on Vanderpump Rules, which I have been doing a rewatch of. Not even a rewatch. I've been watching Vanderpump Rules. Phone is ringing again. Like, why can't I get this? Hello? Yes, that's me. Mm-hmm. Yes, we will absolutely get that done today. All right, will do. Thank you so much. Distractions. And they're beautiful distractions. It's very, very good call. But like, it's one that I've already confirmed via email, phone, like this. And he's barking about something. Distractions, they exist. So how do we find space to do what we love? Where was I? I was somewhere. I had been working on a bunch of different pennants, and I finished. I had this moment where I'm like, these are done. I love them all. Nick and I went over to Sam and Jeremy's for dinner, and I brought them with me, and I was like, I had like butterflies in my stomach, even though we're just having dinner and hanging out as friends. And at the end of the night, I said, do you want to see them? And they were like, yes, of course we do. And so I brought them out, and one by one we went through them, and they were so happy and said yes, 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 yes 9 times. It was a really incomparable feeling to anything that I have made and felt entirely of me. I've made a lot of YouTube videos and I've written a lot for the entertainment industry and done a lot of things over the course of my career that I'm very proud of, but they've never been, ever, not one thing, truly, has been about me. It's always been in service of another person or a network or a production company, somebody else's goals that I write to. And this was something that with my own hands and with my own imagination came to fruition because I sat down and I just started doing it. And it feels so good. And as I say that it is entirely of me, that does not mean that it is not lifted up by so many other people. Sam and Jeremy, obviously, the store owners who have curated this incredible store. In the comments section of their Instagram account, you'll see, I was just in from Cincinnati and I saw your store and now I have my favorite new thing that's in my house. It's impossible to go into that store and not find something that's going to fit your home in some way and remind you of Palm Springs. So now my things are good enough to be in that store. Unreal. On top of that, Noelle taught me how to make something with my own hands that her grandmother taught her. So now her grandmother's legacy is part of these pennants. And then there's my dad. And for those of you who might have seen the video, my dad passed away in December. And it's been very hard. And I still struggle with how to honor him and celebrate him. And this has become a way to do that as well. My dad used to make signs out of wood that he would hand cut, like, have yourself a merry little Christmas or ho, ho, ho with an old bandsaw. Like, that is really, really hard to do. And he did it. And now I feel like I'm taking that skill set or that energy, whatever you want to call it, that spirit, and I am doing these things. And that is legacy. That is how things continue, passed on to somebody else who maybe in their own way could end up on a wall somewhere and somebody sees it and it reminds them of their time in Palm Springs. And they tell stories about that time in Palm Springs. This has been incredible for me. And I am taking so much from it that I want to carry on into the rest of the things that I do in life. Emmy just walked by. She's disinterested. Hopefully you still are. This is a new beginning for me that I'm so excited to see. Hopefully, if these pennants sell more for the store, I would love to be able to do a fall line, and then definitely things for Christmas. And how I assert myself as a creative person in what I already do, in production and directing, still servicing what other people need. I mean, that's the job. That's what so many of us do. You don't go into whatever job you might have and think, well, how do I get to be me today? I am very privileged to be able to say that I even get to do that when I edit. That's me editing. I just want a little bit more of these beautiful gifts that I've been given in my life through my parents, through my friends, the people who have supported me and shown me what it means to be a human being, and one who loves to take inspiration from life and put it down somewhere in writing or on a pennant and pass it along to share joy. These pennants are my version of joy in whatever way you might see it. The one with the skull and the crazy heat. Yeah, that's Palm Springs. It gets really, really hot, but it can also be like funny. Like you can go out at night, even though it's really, really hot. So let's celebrate the fact that Palm Springs is really hot. Or the living room, which is probably the one that I think I'm most proud of. When you go into that classic Palm Springs house, if you've ever been fortunate enough to go into like that house that has the big open windows where you look out and you see the pool and the sunset going down over the mountains, I wanted to put that into an art form. So no matter what, if you don't even get a house like that someday, you can still have a piece of that house in your home. There's the one with the tram in it. I love the tram. Who doesn't love the tram? But also the letters are all hand embroidered, which I did on a drive up to Santa Barbara and back. Nick was driving, just chatting while I hand sewed the letters, looking out at the ocean. All the letters I had sort of modeled after another artistic reference of mine, who's Mary Blair. She did a lot of the art for Disney in the 50s and 60s. If you look her up, she's an incredible artist, huge influence. The lettering for Small World, which was kind of what I was trying to replicate when I made that. All these influences, all these things that have impacted me have found their way into these 9 pennants, 10 pennants. Actually, there might be 11. I keep getting inspired to make more. But these pennants that are now for sale as of this morning in Thick as Thieves in downtown Palm Springs. I hope that if you're in Palm Springs, maybe you'll go check them out. You don't even have to buy one. I'm really excited, and I'm really, really grateful again that I can have a place to share how excited I am today, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Noelle for giving me the space to share this with you. Okay. I have a colonoscopy tomorrow, so I have to go prepare for that. Don't forget to subscribe.